I want to take a few minutes of your time to talk about a vision that I had the other day. It was a pretty simple vision, but I'm probably like everyone else. There's been a lot of things going on. Over the last few weeks, I've noticed more people being hurt, more people being sick, more people being in disagreements, more people going through difficult times. Workplace scenarios have changed, business scenarios have changed, church scenarios have changed. And I'm one of those people. I kind of want to figure out what's happening. I not looking necessarily for all the answers, but I want to find some of the answers to begin to look and see where we're going with things. And while I was doing that, I had this vision of that there was this pool table, and on this pool table, the balls had been racked up and things. And I shared some of this the other day, and I'm coming back to it because it continues to be more and more visible. And the other day I said to a number of people, I said, one of the things I've noticed is that the cue ball that goes into this set of racked balls, I said, I really believe that the cue ball is the election. And the only thing that could pull the plug on this scenario would be if the cue ball disappears and everything stops. And no one believes the election's going to stop. But there's things that are in motion because of the plays that are being made. The elections affect COVID. COVID affects this. One ball careening off another, off the bumpers, the kind of things happening within the pool game or the billiards game. And so people say, well, how can we stop that? Well, I think we need to take the pressure off the thing that makes everything happen. And like if I wanted to stop a pool game, I would stop shooting the cue ball. If I want to stop the things what's going on all about me, I need to pull back from the election piece. People say, well, that's too simple. That's too, no one can do that. Well, I disagree. Here we are. I'm talking to you as believers. I'm talking about people who have the ability to pray, the ability to walk in peace, the ability to walk in love, the ability to walk in righteousness. Bible tells us that pure religion, undefiled before the Father, is what? It's to take care of the widow and take care of the orphan and walk undefiled or walk above reproach. Believers, we have a call to change things. It's not about bad theology or good theology. It's about a simple decision to follow the way of the Lord, to allow grace, the power of grace, to operate through us and stop what's going on. So I'm going to challenge each one of you that watches this over the next few weeks. I want you just to shut off the politic thing. I'm not saying shut off TV. You can do that or not. I'm not telling you not to be on Facebook because I don't believe isolation really does anything, because when I'm in isolation and I want to think about politics, I'm going to think about politics. Today, I found myself praying for a man that I followed for 1989. And I found myself really broken up inside because, he's sick. He says he's dying. I'm not believing for that. But I look at these things and I think we've lost our compassion. I think we've lost our ability to even feel what's going on. And I think one of the ways we stop that, rather than just look for the agitation, one ball being COVID and one ball being the economy, and another ball being what's going on in Congress, and one ball being the stimulus, and the cue ball being the election. It crashes into everything and makes everything bounce all around. Rather than the bounce around, let's stop it. Let's stop being peacekeepers and let's just begin to be peacemakers. So I want to encourage you today. Maybe it's time to put down the cue stick. Maybe it's time to stop what's going on. It's all going to be over in a couple of weeks, the election. But everything else is not going to be over. The circumstances and the situations and the things that we face are still going to be operative. Now, what would happen if we would take the air out of the balloon? What would happen if we would take, just turn the key off on the car? So that's my challenge. Let's put down the cue stick and let's take a cue from the Lord. Let's just take a break. Let's just rest. God bless you guys.